Hookah is the vessel. Let me put it that way. Shisha is the product. Hookah is the vessel used to smoke shisha, which is the product. Is this safe to smoke shisha? And is smoking shisha safer than smoking cigarettes, or is it less dangerous than smoking cigarettes? What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to another exciting episode of Health Savvy with Dr. O. You already know. And as usual, I'm always excited to have you guys here with me. I just might be thinking in your mind that where is she even going? Why is she wearing bling bling? Like, where is she even going? Yes, I am going out. I'm on my way for a night out with my husband, right? Date night. While getting ready to go out, I just thought about something, and I thought it would be a good topic to talk about, right? Because, you know, when you think of night out, by the way, you guys are invited. You can come along with me after the show, right? But not before then. When you go out to all these like bars to hang out, or sometimes people that go to club and stuff like that, and even in some restaurants, right? You can see a very common thing that is in vogue, is reigning, whatever you call it now, is shisha, right? Everywhere you go, people are smoking shisha. They are feeling cool. You see them with long. By the way, if you don't know what shisha is, or hookah is the thing used to smoke shisha. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to put a picture somewhere up here so that you can see it right beside me, or wherever it is. You see the picture for those who don't know. So, but this video is for those who know, actually, because if you don't know, well, it's good to know so that you don't fall into that trap. Today we're actually talking about whether it is safe to smoke shisha or not. So as I was saying, when you go out to hang out these days, when you go to like parties, when you go to restaurants, sometimes some restaurants, when you go to bars, or for people that go to club, when you go to the club, see people up and down with that long pipe, feeling fly with themselves, forming pattern in the air. They don't let somebody rest, blowing everywhere and causing cloud and smoke everywhere. And they're like, oh, I'm just smoking shisha. It's just shisha, like no biggie. And you ask people, do you smoke? No, I don't smoke, but you smoke shisha. Same difference. Anyway, I'm not judging anyone. The question now is this safe to smoke shisha? Because some people argue that I'm not smoking cigarettes, I'm smoking shisha. Therefore, I'm not exposed to the same dangers as someone that is smoking cigarettes, right? It's just shisha. Oh, and by the way, you know, shisha has different flavors: apple, mint, bubblegum. I'm making up some of these flavors, chocolate, but some of them actually exist, right? So it's like, okay, you're not smoking cigarette. Maybe cigarettes is like, okay, no flavor, it's boring. What do you get from it? But shisha, at least there's flavor. For us, for those of us that like sweet things, you're like, okay, this should be fun and stuff like that. Anyway, so people also think that, okay, because it has all those things, then it's probably not harmful. It's just for fun. You just do like and blow it out. Is that not it? Like, what's the harm? It's not. And then, you know, it's passing through water. So they will now say the water will purify whatever thing that is inside it and stuff. You know, so many crazy things that you hear. Anyway, so now let's break it down. Let's do myth busters, fact versus fiction. Is shisha safe? Is this safe to smoke shisha? And is smoking shisha safer than smoking cigarettes, or is it less dangerous than smoking cigarettes? Let's talk about that today. So let's take a moment to first of all talk about the mechanism. Hookah is the vessel. Let me put it that way. Shisha is the product. Hookah is the vessel used to smoke shisha, which is the product. There are two types of shisha. There's one that contains tobacco, and there's the one that is non-tobacco. So they say it's mainly herbal stuff and all that is inside. I don't know why you're smoking herbs in the first place. But yeah, mainly herbal stuff and all that is inside. And the other one is has tobacco inside. Most times when you see shisha, it's the tobacco one people are smoking anyway. So they'll just hit it on that stuff to pass through the water, and then you now do and be feeling fly yourself, nodding your head to music, even using the shisha pipe as microphone. First of all, I'm going to talk about possible dangers of smoking shisha, right, before we conclude and both decide, because I'm not going to tell you, you are going to decide along with me if it's safe to smoke or not. So let's talk about the dangers. First of all, the charcoal that is used to heat up the shisha, it poses health risks, right, because it has toxic agents that could cause cancer, right? So we're talking about lung cancer, we're talking about oral cancer, that's cancer of the mouth, we're talking about bladder cancer, cancer of the bladder. So studies have shown that this is one of the risks of smoking shisha. Not to also mention that those same toxic agents, they could clog up your arteries, right? They could cause something called atherosclerosis, where your arteries are clogged up, right? And it's preventing blood from flowing through easily. And it could also lead to heart disease. So that's another danger of smoking shisha. Then for people that think that, oh, smoking in pregnancy is bad, but shisha in pregnancy is good, Sorry to burst your bubble. Same difference. If you smoke shisha in pregnancy, you are actually exposing your baby to danger. So studies have shown that women that smoked shisha during their pregnancy, they gave birth to low birth weight babies, which is one of the complications of when you smoke during pregnancy as well. That's when you smoke regular cigarettes. And then, not to mention that the whole mouth pipe thing, like, you guys are sharing from one mouth to the other. Everybody's sharing, and you don't know that these bars or cafes or whatever where you're smoking shisha, you don't know that they're actually disinfecting or sterilizing those same mouth pipes that you use to smoke this stuff, right? So you can actually be passing infections from one person to the other that you don't know about. So there's risk of that passing of infection. So those are some of the few dangers I thought to talk about. Now let's answer the question: is smoking shisha safer than smoking cigarettes, or is it the same thing? Is cigarettes more harmful than smoking shisha, or vice versa, right? So studies have actually shown, right, that people that smoke shisha, they, first of all, cigarettes smoke, the cigarette smoke, shisha smoke, they contain pretty much the same components, right? So they both contain nicotine. Nicotine is harmful, and not only is it harmful, it is addictive. So you know, when people say they find it difficult to stop smoking, right? They don't find it difficult to stop smoking because they like the smoke, they like holding the cigarette or whatever. It's actually because cigarette contains a substance called nicotine that is addictive. So by the time you've been smoking it a couple of times, you find out that you cannot do without it. All of a sudden you just feel like, I need to smoke, I need to smoke, I have to. You can't do without it. Like, if it's something you'll be taking regularly, it has to be part of your day. You need to smoke to eat, you need to smoke to use toilet, you need to smoke to even gist with your friend on the phone, you need to smoke to watch TV. Not because you want to all the time, but there's something in your brain that is calling nicotine, 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 and you just have to. Before you know it, you go and carry cigarettes. So pretty much the same thing is in shisha. Shisha, if you are smoking the tobacco type, it also contains nicotine, which can be addictive. So you want to be aware that if you are smoking shisha, you might as well be smoking a cigarette, because they are pretty much the same thing. And not only that, studies have also shown that people that actually smoke shisha tend to inhale up to 200 times more the amount of tobacco than those smoking a single cigarette stick, just because one shisha session can last up to like 60 minutes and there's a lot of smoke you're inhaling. But one small cigarette, I don't know how long it takes to smoke cigarette, but I'm guessing maybe like 10-15 minutes mark, right? So compare 10-15 minutes to 60 minutes of smoking shisha, and compare the small smoke you're inhaling to the one that is even blowing in everybody's face. You have formed cloud, you can't even see each other again because you are smoking shisha. So think about it. So you actually get 200 times more the tobacco smoke that you're inhaling from shisha than you're getting from cigarettes. So is it actually safer at the end of the day? Someone smoking a single stick, you smoking shisha and blowing it, not allowing us to see road. I know it smells nice, the smell is different. This one smells like apple, it smells like chocolate, it smells like bubble gum. So it just seems like you're taking sweet or chocolate or ice cream, while this one it smells gangster. It's like this person is badass if they're smoking cigarettes. So nah, I'm not like that. I don't smoke that. So no, shisha is okay, right? Take note that before I said there are two types of shisha, the one that has tobacco and the one that doesn't. So even if the one you're smoking is the herbal one, you know that the stuff is still burning on charcoal. So you are still getting carbon monoxide and some harmful substances that have been shown to cause lung cancer, oral cancer, and bladder cancer. So you are not exempt just because you are smoking the herbal version instead of the tobacco version, right? You're not exempt from the risk of cancer or the risk of heart disease, right? These are some of the things you should bear in mind, that there are actually dangers associated with smoking shisha. So you need to be very aware that what you're doing is not something that is harmless. It's not just play. It's not just to look cool. Oh, I'm smoking shisha. So you see people that when someone smoking cigarette, you'll be squeezing your face. That's a bad person, very bad habit. But smoking shisha is okay, right? Pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same harm that you're exposing yourself to when you smoke cigarettes is what you're exposing yourself to when you smoke shisha, especially when you smoke the tobacco version. And even if you're smoking the herbal or non-tobacco version, you're still exposing yourself to harmful chemicals that can cause cancer and heart disease. So think about it. Do I really want to look cool at the expense of my health? Right? I think we've come to the conclusion that smoking shisha is not safe and it's not harmless like everyone thinks. No. It comes at a cost. You might not face or you might not pay the price now. You will definitely pay it later, especially if it's something that you're doing regularly or continuously. So the next time you want to go for a night out and they tell you, let's smoke shisha, bring shisha, everything, think twice. Do you really want to deal with lung cancer in the future? Do you really want to deal with oral cancer? Do you want to deal with heart disease? If your answer is no, then your answer to that person should be, no, I think I'll pass on the shisha. So I think I need to go now because it's time for me. I'm already running late for my night out. Okay, I'll see you guys again next week. Remember, a healthy you is a happy you. See you next week.